African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 28th of February, 2025. From February 22nd to 28th, the armed forces of the Russian Federation carried out 9 group strikes using air-launched precision weapons and attack unmanned aerial vehicles, which resulted in the destruction of energy facilities that supported the operation of Ukrainian military-industrial complex enterprises, the infrastructure of military airfields, and military fuel depots. In addition, workshops for the production and storage of attack unmanned aerial vehicles, training sites for drone operators, as well as temporary deployment points for Ukrainian armed forces and foreign mercenaries were hit. Over the course of the week, units of the North Group of Forces continued to destroy Ukrainian armed forces formations in the Kursk region. During the offensive, the settlements of Pogrebki, Orlovka, Nikolsky, and Novaya Sorochina were liberated. The manpower and equipment of the tank, heavy mechanized, 7 mechanized, motorized infantry, assault, 5 airborne assault brigades, 3 assault regiments of the Ukrainian armed forces, a marine brigade and 4 territorial defense brigades were damaged. In the Kharkov direction, units of the mechanized and motorized infantry brigades of the Ukrainian armed forces were defeated and 2 territorial defense brigades. Over the course of a week, in the area of responsibility of the North Group of Forces, the enemy's losses amounted to over 1,960 servicemen, 11 tanks, 156 combat armored vehicles, and 157 automobiles. 2 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles were destroyed, including the American MLRS multiple launch rocket system, 40 field artillery pieces, including the Paladin self-propelled artillery unit and the U.S.-made M777 howitzer, 3 anti-aircraft missile launchers, 8 electronic warfare stations, and 12 ammunition depots. As a result of active actions by units of the West Group of Forces, the settlements of Novaya Sorochina of the Luhansk People's Republic and Topoly were liberated Kharkiv region. The manpower and equipment of 5 mechanized, assault, and airborne brigades of the Ukrainian armed forces, 2 territorial defense brigades, and a National Guard brigade were damaged. The enemy lost over 1,340 servicemen, a tank, 13 armored combat vehicles, including 4 U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carriers, 33 vehicles, 34 field artillery pieces, including 16 made by NATO countries, 13 electronic warfare stations, and 13 ammunition depots. Units of the Southern Group of Troops continued to advance into the depths of the enemy's defense and liberated the settlement of Ulukli of the Donetsk People's Republic. The manpower and equipment of 6 mechanized, airmobile, mountain assault, 2 assault brigades of the Ukrainian armed forces, the Foreign Legion formations, and the Azov Special Forces Brigade were defeated. Over the course of a week, the Ukrainian armed forces lost more than 1,210 servicemen, 2 tanks, 9 armored combat vehicles, 24 automobiles, 21 field artillery guns, 7 ammunition depots, and 5 electronic and counter-battery warfare stations in this area. Units of the Center Group of Forces, through decisive actions, improved the tactical situation and completed the liberation of the settlement of Novoandrievka in the Donetsk People's Republic. They inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of 10 mechanized, a Jaeger, an airmobile, 2 assault brigades, a brigade of unmanned systems, an assault regiment of the Ukrainian armed forces, a marine brigade, and 2 National Guard brigades. The losses of the Ukrainian armed forces amounted to over 2,340 servicemen, 5 tanks, including 3 Leopard tanks made in Germany, 32 combat armored vehicles, including 5 of Western manufacture, 22 automobiles, and 25 field artillery pieces. Units of the East Group of Forces occupied more advantageous lines and positions. They defeated the formations of the tank, 2 mechanized, airborne assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the Marine Brigade, and 3 territorial defense brigades. The enemy lost more than 1,180 servicemen, 2 tanks, including a Leopard tank made in Germany, 10 armored combat vehicles, and 21 cars. 22 field artillery pieces were destroyed, including 3 NATO-made 155mm self-propelled artillery units, as well as 3 ammunition depots. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces improved their position along the front line. They defeated the manpower and equipment of 4 mechanized, mountain assault brigades, 5 coastal defense brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and a territorial defense brigade. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost over 650 servicemen, 2 armored combat vehicles, 44 automobiles, 7 field artillery guns, 7 ammunition depots, and 11 electronic and counter-battery warfare stations. Over the past week, air defense systems have shot down a MiG-29 aircraft of the Ukrainian Air Force, 13 French-made Hammer-guided aerial bombs, 20 American JDAM-guided air bombs, 9 U.S.-made HIMARS multiple launch rockets, and 42 Czech-made Vampire multiple launch rockets, as well as 702 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 656 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 44,834 unmanned aerial vehicles, 600 anti-aircraft missile systems, 21,932 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,523 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 22,149 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 32,305 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.